Well, Gary, a good point in the end.
Well, I think it's another point. It's an extension of our unbeaten run, so we're certainly not going to get too downhearted about that. I thought at times we looked as though we were going to ratchet up another level, but we didn't quite do that. We got our goal, which was an excellent time to score. And then all of a sudden, I thought it was a very well worked goal as well. Then suddenly we gave them a lifeline, really, a long throw. The ball actually bounces in our box, which I'm not quite sure why we're letting it bounce in our box. The ball's travelled an awful long way, and then we were indecisive, didn't clear it. We had 2 chances to clear it, and the lad then goes and scores. So the game at 1-1, then all of a sudden you wonder if it's going to start to swing their way. And I thought they came and tried to make the game a physical one again, like we've said so often about away teams. Tried to work very, very hard. Second half we changed it a little bit earlier than normal, and I thought Wes just injected a little bit of life into us. And then we had 1 or 2 opportunities that on another day would have fell. I think Wes's chance is a really good chance. I think he just delays half a yard and then perhaps doesn't connect with it as well as he would like to. Maybe that would have been the difference. But as it is, it's another point. We're still trying, but maybe there just is not quite that edge about our play that we would like. But that's what it is, and we have to keep working on it.
Well, as you mentioned, after you came out the second half, it was a couple of half chances which, if you'd have taken, could have been a bit better, but just seemed to lack in that extra touch in the final third. Yeah,
I just think we lacked a little bit of cutting edge today, and I think also I felt we passed too many sideways balls and too many short passes that didn't really go anywhere. And I think Huddersfield wanted the game to be tight. They wanted to drop off and make the game difficult. And I thought they counted on us a couple of times early on. Vaughan had a chance early on in the game, which was a little warning sign to us. So therefore, we have to work the game out and try to be a little bit more progressive with our passing. And I think that was a bit of an issue. I think both wingers started to drift inside too early and too often first half. Second half when we retained a little bit of whiff. Second half when we started breaking a little bit better like we do. We started looking like we might get something, and then maybe just a final ball or whatever it is. I think Dimmy's tried to play Wes in once and it looked like he could have been in. I think Clates has slipped over when he could have been in. So I think on a different day, some of those opportunities turn into chances, but certainly didn't create as many chances as we'd like today. And listen, again, that's sometimes going to happen. We have to just accept that the opposition have worked very hard for their away point, and I think in the end they were quite happy with that point, made a few defensive changes to try and block the game up.
You had the shout for a penalty in the second half. What was your view of that?
I couldn't really see much of a shout for a penalty, really. I just felt we had 1 or 2 opportunities that really we should have done better with. A couple of chances to put better crosses in, especially when the big man comes on, and we don't do that. And I think that's something we've got to do. You put him on there. I'm not suggesting we just hit him all over the place, but certainly if we can get the ball wide and get the ball into dangerous areas, then I think he'll go and attack things. But we just haven't done that often enough when he's come on. So a little bit disappointed in certain ways, but again, look, we can't be too negative about another point and another game unbeaten.
As you mentioned, that is another point, and I suppose it's a good sign that when you're not at your best, you're still picking up points and not getting beat.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's something we've done, and we just want to try. And I spoke to the players about that. We want to go from being a solid, hard-working team that are very difficult to beat to being a team that create more chances and a team that plays with a little bit more fluidity on the ball attacking. But again, these things take time to work on. So again, I'm not too disappointed. It's another game that we took a point from and maybe could have nicked the 3 points, but I think that probably would have been a little bit unfair on Huddersfield.